I don't know why I did that. Sometimes you just don't get enough 30-second intro, and I just needed a little more. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. You guys, we have such a super fun show tonight. Korenza Burris, now Korenza Jones. She used to anchor the news together. She, me, and Kim. All three of us old anchors. We're old anchors. That's what you have on a ship when you're done. Is a bunch of old anchors. We're doing our Where Are They Now segment. Korenza is going to come on and talk with us a little bit about that. We're also going to have any lab tests now, get you ready for the holidays, because you need to have, if you're going to fly, there's some rules you need to know about. And Stephanie and Adam have really spiffed it up over there. They can get this stuff done for you lightning fast. We're going to have Randy with the Harley Davidson motorcycles. They got a fundraiser going on. We've got the Ronald McDonald House coming on. Kim Stark's going to be talking to all of them. We want to thank our sponsors, Priority One Heating and Air Conditioning. If this is not the time of year right now, you probably want to get that done, but you should right after the holidays. Get in there and get on their program where they check they maintain your system. Because if you're like me, I didn't do that way. I didn't used to do that until when it was freezing cold out, my heat pump froze up and they came out and fixed it. But they said, you probably should be maintaining your heat pump, So now I do. And so you want to check into that, and they're awesome people. Chris Dental Family Dentistry sponsors our newscast every week and a lot more. If you're looking for a dentist who cares more about your health than he does your vaccination status, that's the place to go. They don't care if you are or aren't. They want to just make sure you get your dental work done. Our other sponsors, Any Lab Test Now, of course, and then Albert Taylor. Albert Taylor is an organization that takes care of people in our community, and they are awesome. They have homes, group homes, and folks live there. They get to have a plan for their life. They help make that happen. They're always looking for employment. So we have the number on here that you can go to their website and just go on there and look at jobs. If you want a job that's rewarding, where you're working with people and really making a difference in their life, I encourage you to check them out. My brother is in a group home, my brother-in-law, and it's a real special place. And those people, actually, we give them more Christmas presents than we do our own family because they take such good care of my brother-in-law. So Albert Taylor, another organization you need to keep. They'll be on next week with one of our clients to talk with us about that right before the holidays. I thought that'd be a fun show. So let's start off first, and we'll get Bill London on here and find out what's happening in Lane County. He sent me a list, and I think you will be very intrigued. Hang on. Who puts up with this? That's what I don't understand.
Bring the lion out. Bring the lion.
Tonight on our show, we're going to have... Hey guys, don't you think it's kind of fun that you get to comment on the news? There's a cost. Oh yeah, there's a cost. People come after you. I think that's why this is so much fun, is because... I'll see you at 5.
Good evening from the News Radio, 1120 AM and 93.7 FM, KPNW Studios. I'm Bill London, also known as Krampus's Little Helper. All right, here's a look at some of the stories we're following tonight. Well, the county has now made it official. Lane County's new redistricting map is on hold for another year. As KPNW, and we are on Get Real with Rick, have extensively reported, the new map, which was co-written by a former paid political consultant for Commissioners Heather Buck and Joe Burney, was adopted on December 1st. But the map was adopted after the deadline to go into effect next year. That's because the county charter says that the new map had to have been adopted at least 6 months before next year's election. That would be May 17th. Meaning the map would have to go into effect on November 17th, not December 1st. So that new map can't be used at all next year. Both Heather Buck and Joe Burney are up for re-election next year, and many believe the new map, which greatly changed the Springfield district to incorporate a large chunk of Eugene, and the East Lane district to also incorporate more of Eugene, would have greatly favored Buck and Burney in their re-election. In the official press release from the county, and this is good. They said, throughout the redistricting process, COVID-19 related census delays at the federal level, coupled with legal challenges to the state maps, which were not approved until November 22nd, created multiple challenges in an already complex process. All right. Lane County is a home rule county, meaning they could do this anytime they wanted. The county map has nada to do with any of the state maps. It has to do with Lane County's map. They could have done this at any point they wanted to. Legal challenges to the state map have absolutely no bearing on Lane County's redistricted map. None.
Come on, Bill.
Zero.
Details.
Spin. Today, policymakers for the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality voted 4-1 to adopt a controversial climate protection plan that will have far-reaching impacts on everybody living in the state. The new plan was developed by the Department of Environmental Quality. This is because the legislature couldn't pass an economy-wide cap, trade, and tax legislation bill. So the governor responded by enacting an executive order directing agencies, not lawmakers, to develop rules, aka laws, to regulate and reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the state. And it will require fuel suppliers to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from the products they sell by 50% in 2035 and 90% by 2050, even more aggressive than the state's overall goals. And some 13 industrial facilities will be required to reduce their emissions immediately, with aggregate emission reductions targeted at half of today's levels by 2035. The plan doesn't tell them how to achieve that. It just tells them they have to do it. It also sets up a regulatory backstop where the DEQ establishes a declining limit on emissions from fuels covered by the program, and suppliers who can't meet them will face rapidly escalating costs, which will be passed on to consumers at the pump, in their monthly utility bills, and in the cost of goods that they buy. The program covers all fossil fuel suppliers, including diesel, gasoline, natural gas, and propane used in transportation, residential, commercial, and industrial settings. Bottom line, it is going to force Oregonians to pay significantly higher prices across the board. The 5-person DEQ policy board, also called the Environmental Quality Commission, adopted the program at a special meeting today, and it rolls out beginning early next year. And the financial impacts probably won't be felt immediately, but they will. Trade associations for the regulated businesses believe that the reductions are unachievable, and they warn that a lack of alternative means to comply is going to lead to fuel rationing. They also say the lack of a cost cap is going to lead to steep price increases, undercutting competitiveness, forcing the larger manufacturers to move or cut jobs. And they decry what they describe as an 11th hour move by the agency that actually made the rules more stringent than the rules that they put out for public comment in the fall. Yep, they changed the rules at the last minute with no public comment. You can almost smell the legal challenge coming soon. So the Eugene Street Crimes Unit ended up arresting a suspected drug dealer at the homeless camp at the Washington Jefferson Park in Eugene. That's the same camp where 5 of the stolen bikes from the Hutch's bike shop heist, which, by the way, totaled $100,000 in stolen bicycles, the same camp that 5 of those stolen bikes were found. As a matter of fact, one of the residents at the camp was trying to sell one of the stolen bikes when she was arrested. Anyway, essentially, police started investigating. This person had actually been arrested 5 times in the park since November 11th for, dealing drugs. That would be Zachariah Smith. What's interesting in the EPD press release, they say that he's from Westford. Yet later on in the press release, they say that police actually had to get a search warrant to search the tent where he was living at the bridge. And they say there they seized more drugs and evidence that he was dealing from the tent, like, well, scales, packing materials, pay-o sheets. That's nice. You can get your drugs now on layaway. Needles, capped and uncapped, cash, more narcotics, heroin, and meth. So last year, 126 people in Multnomah County died while experiencing homelessness. That according to Multnomah County. Now, somebody asked the county, oh, well, how many of those deaths were from COVID? Because we were told that COVID-19 would ravage homeless areas, communities, and campsites throughout the state. And officials say there was not a single COVID-19 death. They also said there was not a single COVID-19 outbreak at any of these camps. The main cause of death? Half the people died from methamphetamine. Also, Interstate 5 Ashland southbound, now open to traffic. It's been closed for about the last 36 hours. It got lifted a little earlier this afternoon, meaning you can now go down I-5 and get into California. US 97, though, is still closed. And let's end up with a happy story, and that is, remember the heist in Oakland, Oregon, little town down there by Sutherland, where somebody scaled the 20-foot tall community Christmas tree, breaking ornaments and Christmas lights, and stole the star off the top of it? Sutherland police on the job. 18-year-old Skylar Peterson of Sutherland was cited for third-degree theft and second-degree criminal mischief and released. A 17-year-old Sutherland resident also cited for theft by receiving and was released. And how did they catch them? Turns out the 17-year-old was describing the heist on social media and then defending the actions of himself and the 18-year-old. Well, thank God for dumb criminals. All right. With that, I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday season. This is going to be my last little shot here on Get Real for the next couple of weeks. I'll return after the first of the year. That said, again, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a great time with your families. And now it is time, once again, to get real with Rick.
Bill, we love you. And I wish that Korenza, you're in the green room. I can see you. Don't you wish we could have done the news like that back in the day? Oh my God, you, me, and Kim would have had a great time. So yeah, Bill's going to be gone next week. He's taking time off with his family next week. Kim and I will be here. And then the week after that, Kim, Bill, and I are all three taking a week off. Why? Because it's my company and I can do it if I want to. And I'm a nice boss, right, Kim? I'm a nice boss. Nod your head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a nice guy. So we're taking some time off and doing our thing. And we'll be bringing you some stuff from Montana because we're going back there to see my kid for Christmas. So we'll be bringing you some stuff like that. Speaking of traveling for Christmas, the ever so beautiful and wonderful shining star, Stephanie Freeman. Look at you. Mwah. She joins us live from her suite atop. You know what? When I worked in radio, we were in Coquille in a bomb shelter, and the radio DJ used to go, from the lavish high tops of the Tioga building in downtown Coquille, here's Rick Dancer, and people would call up and go, where's that building? There wasn't a single skyscraper in the whole town, but he had them convinced that we were in this skyscraper. So I thought I'd just paint this lovely picture for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I bet you are one busy woman at any lab test now, Eugene, with all that COVID testing and stuff.
We are crazy busy. Yes.
So what do people need to know because flying out for Christmas, for New Year's, that kind of stuff? Give us what people need to know to get those tests and how you guys do all that.
Well, the first thing that travelers need to do is check the restrictions for their travel destination, where they're staying, the flight, any event that they're going to. The first thing people need to do is check and find out if COVID testing is required, and then if so, what type of testing is required. We have people come in all the time and they say, oh, I need a test for this event, or I need a test to fly here, but they have no idea what test they need. So that's the first order of business. Even before you book your flights, find out what you need. We have people all the time that are like, oh, I would have never booked this trip for 7 for my family had I known we had all these extra expenses. So that's my first piece of advice.
Okay.
Second piece of advice is, find out your timeline for your testing if you do need a PCR or a rapid test. Fortunately, we can offer both same day. So, which is why we're so busy right now. We used to do our testing used to be sent out to another lab, and now we do it in-house.
That's a huge change, because you were staying up late at night and waiting for those things to come back in to tell people. So now you're faster and more efficient.
Yeah, I mean, now you can call in the morning, and if you're the first appointment at 9:00, we'll have your test done at 9:30. As the day goes on and we get busier, obviously, it takes a little bit longer. But if you're super organized, we can get you in same day, get your tests done really fast and effectively. And even if you're calling us in a scramble at 2:00 in the afternoon and you need it that night by 7, we will figure it out for you.
Antibody testing for people that have had it. I was listening to a doctor this morning on the Joe Rogan, and he was talking about people that have had it. If you have actually had it, and he says you're good, and you just need to check in those antibodies and find out where you're at with that. So you guys can do that antibody checking, right?
Yeah, we can. I mean, and that's like such a huge discussion. We could talk about that for a whole hour,
Right.
because everybody has a different opinion. And if you watch the news, depending on what news you watch, you will see them say, don't get your antibody test. Do not test your antibodies. And a lot of people believe that that's because they don't want people tracking their own health. They just want everybody to go out and get vaccinated. But the truth of the matter is that you can track your antibodies. You can get the test. There is a test out there that tells you positive or negative, or there's the test that gives you levels, which is the test that we do. So we'll actually tell you your antibody number. So
which is nice to know.
If you're using it for whatever, if you're tracking it because you want to wait to get vaccinated, if you're tracking it because you want to see if you had COVID and you're not vaccinated. Also, if you're deciding to get the booster or not, you can come in and get it checked. And, for instance, the test checks between 0.8 and greater than 250. So somebody might come in and see that they've got full antibodies and say, I just don't think I'm going to get the booster yet. Whatever reason you might want to get it.
Right.
But they will definitely tell you don't get that test, which is silly because it's just information about your own body.
So the other thing you guys do that we should talk about, because I always complain that the government isn't talking about this, is how to stay healthy. And you guys do vitamin D. One, you've done this for me, is test to see if I have a lack of vitamin D. And then when I did, then I can get vitamin D injections there at your place as well, because vitamin D is shown one of the things that if your vitamin D levels are healthy, your immune system's healthy, and that can help you avoid getting COVID. So all those vitamin shots you guys do, you can get all that stuff done right there at your place.
Yeah, and there is a lot of good science out there connecting vitamin D levels to the ability to fight COVID, to fight getting exposed, or if you are infected, it helps you fight the battle of COVID. I mean, there's a lot of science out there behind that. So there's a company in town that we do their vitamin testing and then for their employees, and then we go give injections to their employees based on what their levels are. And we go on site and do that, which is kind of nice. We've hired new staff because we're so busy. So that gives us the ability to go on site, which we'll also do on-site COVID testing. I do a lot of on-site COVID testing in Bandon at the Bandon Dunes Golf Resort, like groups of 22 people. And I will travel and go on site and do the tests if needed.
Yeah, especially if you have to go to the Bandon Dunes Golf Resort.
It's terrible. I hate it.
I just hate going in there.
But the cool thing is that, we have our own PCR testing capabilities, so I can travel with that. So
this is kind of we've been doing this for a long time, you and me,
Yeah.
baby.
Yes.
And this is really you guys are just like, you've really grown. I mean, this is big stuff. I get calls. I bet I get a call a week going, any lab, those people, who are the ones that do the drug testing? I'm going, okay, yeah, just call it Stephanie over at Any Lab Test now. But you're starting to people really are taking their own health into their own hands. I think no matter where they are with any of this, it's like we all want to kind of have a little more control over what we're doing with our bodies.
Yeah. I mean, it's horrible to say that COVID has definitely helped exposure wise for us. But I do also want to say that remind people too that we're not a government site, so we don't get free testing. We're not funded. So we do get a lot of phone calls with people that, are needing to get tested. And, we don't, it's not free for us. We have to pay for all of this stuff. So I just kind of wanted to clarify that for listeners, just so that they know we don't take insurance. We're a cash, we do discounted cash prices because we don't take insurance. So I just want people to be aware of that.
Yeah. But see that like people like me, I have such crappy insurance. I go to you. I went to you. I had the doctor tell me to go get. So I went to you, did my testing, and then I just send them the results. I just phoned them into them, and I saved myself a ton of money. Took it out of my HSA account.
Yeah.
And I'm golden. So it's like there's it's you got to check around. It's not always the easy thing. So
the thing about COVID testing for recreational needs like concerts or travel, you're not going to be able to call your doctor and say, I'm not symptomatic. I need to come in and get a test, and I would like the results within 36 hours. They're going to say, sorry. So the thing that we can offer with that is you do not need a doctor's reference. You can call us and schedule any test that you want because we practice under a licensed doctor. And it can take the middleman out if you're in a hurry for something or if you don't have insurance.
All right. Stephanie Freeman, thank you so much. Any lab tests now, Eugene, over off of Garfield? Right next to the clock shop.
Moo Ping is in the parking lot, big orange food truck.
And Stephanie loves them. She always promotes them.
They're delicious. I do love them.
And I will talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So again, they do over 8,000 different tests, and you can get just about anything done in there from, everything. I've been poked enough in there that it's not even funny. So our next sponsor is Priority One Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're going to be talking to Korenza. You ready? I don't want to just pop you up. Don't pick your nose. Okay, I'll bring you up. Oh, Cotter.
Hornet.
So,
why didn't you warn me, Rick?
So you guys, now I want to just say Korenza looks more like she still used to than I do. You still look young.
Yeah,
and you have the dark hair.
I'm hiding the gray, okay?
Oh, yeah, see, I just kind of gave up, and so Korenza Burris was her name then, and now she's Korenza Jones.
Yeah.
So when did you start at the station?
2005 through 2009. So
okay,
we were on air for about 3 years together.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah.
And then I quit and ran for Secretary of State.
Yep.
You stayed on a few years.
Darn it, I wish you would have won.
Yeah, right now
The world will be a little bit different in Oregon, I think.
A little different here in Oregon right now. Yeah. So what are you doing now? I know you have the sweetest little kids. Oh my God. My wife always goes, look, okay, Korenza, look at this picture. We see little pictures of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So tell people about your family.
My husband Carlos and I have 3 kids. Solis is a teenager. She's 13. If you can believe that, she's already 13. And then my younger 2 are Zia, and she is now 7, and Darrow is 5. So my world kind of revolves around them. So, but yes, go ahead.
So now what are you at home with them, or what are you doing?
Well, what am I not doing? It seems like I have had a rural contract mail route since 2012. So I have a right-hand drive Jeep. Everybody loves to make comments when I pull up to the gas station. You're on the wrong side.
We're in Europe.
Yeah, I've had that for quite a few years, but I actually have a couple of people who work for me. So I don't do it all the time. And so a couple of years ago, I got into real estate. So I'm an agent with Hybrid Real Estate. Been doing that for a couple of years now. I should have probably been doing it since I left KZI. I love it. It's a ton of fun. Learn something every transaction. It's been wonderful.
And you're helping people through a really hard time. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then let's see. I just got done. Oh, go ahead.
You used to, because I don't think people wouldn't know this, but your mom was a mail carrier for a long time. And Korenza, like, she'd go fill in for her mom and then come to work, so she's out, you're getting your mail. Here's Korenza delivering your mail. And then she's showing up to do the news for the newscast. And
I actually remember multiple times when I'd have to fill in on like a last minute type of thing. And it's like, hey, I got to be done by a certain time because I got to get to the newsroom. And then it was a very long work day. But
you liked it. I remember you thought, because you're kind of like, you're pretty happy. You like people, you kind of feed off of that, right?
Yeah. And honestly, this is one of those things where I don't see a lot of people, which is kind of nice. I listen to my music really loud and I listen to my podcasts, and I've been doing it for so long. It's one of those things where it's all in my brain and I just go and I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like to have that as an option. And look at that. That's one of my male.
We've got our kiddos.
That's right there.
So we get to see Korenza's kiddos.
Well, and so what's so fun for me, like, as the guy I was the one who had kids, your guys' children's age now, when you were there. You're all watching this guy with his kids, and now Kim's got twins, a boy and a girl, and we know them. And Korenza's got her children. It's like everybody's kind of in these different stages, but it's really fun. You guys both, and I would say this to you, I'm not bullshitting you. You from watching you, I know you're both really good moms, and that's that's such an important thing. And then my wife notices it because she stayed home with our kids, and she's going, she said to me the other day, Korenza, she goes, I can just tell Korenza's a really good mom because look how just the way you're natural with it. And Kim, we just, we see you with your kids all the time. And I think that's really fun that we all got out.
Yes.
Found new lives.
Kim and I get to it's never enough time. It's always rushed, but we get together at times and have our kids play either at our house or over at her house. And we just, again, it's never enough. It's not frequent enough.
No, there's never enough time, but the kids love each other. So it is fun that we have them the same, close in age. And Rick was the guy with the kiddos, and now here we are. How things change.
Look at Matt's calling us the three amigos.
The three amigos. Yes, hey, Matt. So, and actually, what's kind of fun is I just wrapped up coaching Solis's middle school basketball team, which I told myself I was never going to do, but Solis actually talked me into it when there was no coach, and she still likes me. She really does.
But I know you so well that Korenza's like, oh yeah, so nice like that. I bet when you're a coach, it's like, get the ball.
All business.
Oh, trust me. Yeah. I was pretty loud, but I normally during the wintertime, I'm officiating. So both my husband and I officiate high school basketball. So I now officiate volleyball as well as high school basketball. So I would prefer to always stay on the officiating side because you don't get all the drama of parents, kids, all that good stuff. But it was a great season. I'm really glad I did it. But I'll put that behind me and move on to the next thing.
So what do you miss about the business, if anything?
The people. But at the same time, I got nothing. I got out and walked away, and I had no regrets. The first time when I was up at another station up in the Tri-Cities in Washington, I got out of it for a little while. I missed it. I wanted to get back into it. The second time leaving KEZI, I was absolutely done. I don't know about you guys, but I always felt like it was moving in a different direction than what I enjoyed and what I liked. So I don't watch. I really don't watch the news all that much. I'm one of those, bad people who gets their news on Facebook.
So, Kim,
you don't have time to watch the news with the kids around. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. We don't really have the news on ever at the house.
So Kim, do you miss anything about it?
Oh gosh. I miss the way it used to be. Yeah. When we used to be able to have fun and cover stories we wanted to cover. I miss that. Yeah. But that wasn't the way when we left. So, Yeah,
I've never, I think I took I was really smart or stupid. If you want to get out of television, the best way to do it and really never want to go back again is run for politics.
Yeah, you'll never be invited back.
You see how shitty people are to you, and like the media is to you, and it's like going, oh my God, this is so. It was like cutting off your head. It's like. Plus, you can't go back after that, and it was just part of what you do. But and now the only thing I would, and I don't miss it because I love talking to people and interviewing people, and I it's kind of turned into this, and it's really fun to do stories with people, but have it natural where it's not cut up and then Bill told me blah 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 blah, and he said blah blah blah. It's just they talk, and it's so fun.
It was definitely a fun, right out of college. It was a ton of fun. I mean, it was, everybody thought, oh, wow, you're on TV. You make so much money. I'm like, yeah. I remember taking my first job out of college up in the Tri-Cities. I made just over $15,000 a year.
Yeah, people can't believe that.
Yeah, and so I mean we've come along. Well, no, I don't know about that. But anyways, it was so much fun. I mean, to be able to tell the stories and to be able to experience a lot of different things. I tell my kids a lot of the different things that I got to do.
Right.
That's what I miss.
Right.
But
you get to go on things and you go, when else would I go in a helicopter and land and land here and do that kind of stuff? So that was fun. But well, Korenza, it's so good to have you on here, and I'm glad you're doing well. And I'll keep kind of spying on you on Facebook and seeing where you are.
Oh, I spy on you too. We all do. And Kim and I need to get together soon.
And by the way,
maybe you guys could plan that not on the show because we have other guests.
Oh, fine.
Korenza, see you later.
Bye, Rick. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.
That was funny. She goes, I'm going to be on the show tonight. So it was hilarious. Okay, let's bring in Rick. Oh my gosh, so many guests tonight. Let's talk about Ronald McDonald House because I know Jessica has somewhere to be. And we are going to find out what they have going on over there. It is the cutest building if you haven't been there. Hi, Jess. So she is in the Ronald McDonald House building by people. Well, I'm going to let you tell people where it's at and what you guys have going on behind you because it is so cute.
Yeah, so we are right across from the Peace Health Sacred Heart at Riverbend Hospital. Peace Health built this beautiful building. We have 20 family suites, and 10 of them are specifically for pediatric patients. So that is the Ronald McDonald House. That's been our mission since the 1970s, is to serve pediatric families with kiddos in the hospital. And so here I am in our toy store. We have toys just in this room. If you could see it, you would just be like flabbergasted. Our community just donated a ton of toys so that we could be able to offer our families a place to shop at no cost to them. Because during the holidays, you're away from home, you're away from your community. People need a place to stay. They need meals, they need laundry, and our houses are built basically on the idea that nothing else should matter when your kid is sick. And so we try to provide all of those things.
Okay, that's so great. And all of the stuff that is behind her, and in this, you can't see it all, but in this library was donated. That's such an important part of this. And then they're going to come in and be able to shop. And then you mentioned a couple of things. I know about the wine. I was going to tell Rick about the wine thing. I don't know if you can mention that now, but I love that they made a creative label for you. If you want to mention
Sylvan. So Sylvan Ridge Winery partnered with us, and we did a custom label wine. It's a 2018 Pinot Noir. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful bottle, and it's also beautiful wine. And I am a little bit of a wino. I won't lie. I love wine, and this is just really great. And you heard wine, and there he is. Yep. He's like right here.
Rick, you have to see this. It's so cute. So the labels are adorable. And that, tell me again, was it 60%? Goes to
60% comes back to our house. So the bottles sell for $35 each. And depending on where you are on the wine schedule, if you're buying your wine in Newburgh, that's really low. If you're buying your wine at Trader Joe's, that seems high. But know that $20 is coming back to the Ronald McDonald House. So if you're going to drink wine or give it to clients or as gifts this Christmas, it's a great gift, and it's delicious. So you can order it right on Sylvan Ridge Winery's website, and they do $10 shipping anywhere for 4 bottles or more, or they'll deliver in Eugene, Springfield. So it's a great opportunity to support the house and also enjoy your little glass of wine at night.
It's such a great time too for Christmas. So if you guys haven't gotten some gifts, and Matt put it up there, so thank you, Matt, for putting up the site there where people can order. Anything else you want to tell us about the house before we leave?
Well, I just want to let people know you can come tour. My name is Jess Ubel, and give me a call or email and set up a tour. Just see what we're doing here. It's a pretty special place. And Kim, you got to come for just a couple seconds, but I'm excited about our tour. People come and volunteer. So if you're interested in volunteering in our house, it's another opportunity to get involved in our community.
That's so great. I love the building. It's beautiful. It's brand new, you guys. So check it out if you get a chance. And thanks, Jess, so much for joining us. I know you've got to get your daughter off somewhere. So
you know what? She's last weekend for Holiday Inn at the Shed, and she's the only kid in the show. So I'm a proud mama. Got to get her to her last rehearsal and the show's this weekend. But one more thing I will mention, if you're a runner, Ronald McDonald House has a team for the Eugene Marathon, and now is the time to start signing up for that because I know people start training. So go to you can just go to the Eugene Marathon website, go to Run for a Reason, and choose the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, fun to know. Thank you. I know Korenza does marathons. We'll mention it. Thank you so much for joining us, Jess, and we'll have you again. All right. Well, let's move on. There are so many things going on this weekend, as you can imagine. I know Christmas coming up so soon here. But another thing that we found that was super fun is there's a Grinch photos with the Grinch instead of photos with Santa. And this is going on at the Harley Davidson. Here's Randy joining us. Fix your hair there, Randy. Hi. Thanks for joining us. I want to hear about the Grinch real quick because this sounds like a lot of fun. There's your little flyer popped up, so you can tell us about it.
Yeah, well, we got the Grinch is going to come this Saturday, and we're doing free pictures with them. We'll have candy canes. We had Santa here last week and had quite a few people show up to get pictures with Santa. So we're going to see who gets the most pictures, the Grinch or Santa.
Yep.
And then we're also doing, it's not listed on the flyer, but we're also working with Food for Lane County and doing a canned food drive as well, which has been going on since December 1st. And we'll run it all the way till, let me check my flyer here, all the way till the 22nd.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to come get their pictures, I'm sorry.
And you still need food for that, right?
Yeah, canned food mostly. They're looking
great.
They're looking for mostly peanut butter, tuna, canned vegetables, canned stews, soups, and chili. But it's not, you don't need to bring any canned food to get your pictures with the Grinch. It's just, we're kind of lumping all our events together.
That's a great idea. I love this idea. What made you guys think of doing this at Harley Davidson? Did you guys are just a festive idea, or what was the reasoning?
Well, I'm the marketing manager here, and I started right in the middle of COVID, and now we're finally starting to open up where we can start having more of these events. So
yes,
the Grinch, actually, we had Santa. We had one of the guys in the motorcycle community come be our Santa, and his wife helped him out. Larry and Juanica were a big help with that. And then our manager up here has a friend that knows the Grinch. So it said, hey, you want the Grinch to come down too? We said, yeah, we love the Grinch. Bring him down.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. And also Rick popped up the ugly sweater party that you guys are having on the 18th. So tell us about this one.
That's the same day. We just, like I said, the Grinch kind of came along and wanted to be a part of this event. So we said, yeah, bring the Grinch. We'll have ugly sweaters and bike decorations. We're giving away a $100 gift card for the best decorated bike or ugliest sweater. And we got some ugly sweaters here already. I'll tell you what.
Oh, I bet you do. That would be fun to see. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, there is one more. Pups in Houston.
Well, yeah, we're working also with Lucky Paws. This is an event we're planning for January, and we're going to be doing bringing in a bunch of puppies here into the dealership. And for every puppy that gets picked up, we're going to donate $100 to Lucky Paws. We'll have the leashes. We're working with another woman from DIG, Dog is Good, who might come down and set up a booth. So we're just having a doggy days. Yeah, we're really about not just the motorcycle community, but just being a part of the Eugene community in general. And now that we're actually able to have more events, we're going to start posting more events on our Facebook, which is WillametteValleyHD.com. So that's going to, as we get the events going, I'll be putting them on our calendar as well as Facebook. But I better go to our website. Yeah, Facebook is.
Do you have bikes there that have a little like a little seat for the pups, little dog seat? Do you have bikes that have a little seat for the puppies?
No, but we have lots of people that have sidecars. We get a lot of dogs in here. We get a lot of dogs. In fact, I want to have a dog show. I want to have a dog contest in here. Yeah, we got a bulletin board here. We put all the people that come in with their dogs on our bulletin board, and there's a couple pretty well-known dogs that come around, and Yeah, everybody knows we know the dog's name, but we don't know the owners.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, that's how it works. I know.
Right,
It's the same
right.
for kids. Very cool. And I don't know if you wanted to, if you're close to the showroom, to just give us a little glimpse, or
I could peek you over I'm in my office. I what we call the tree house, and I overlook the dealership over here, but I can sit there and swing it around this way. They're getting ready to bring the bikes in now, but
my small
That
dogs are
is
the best.
so cool.
dealership.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're packed with bikes right now. We have so many bikes in here. So if anybody's out there looking for a you pre-owned or a new motorcycle, come on down to Willamette Valley, Harley Davidson, because we got bikes for days over here.
I think all of our viewers should go together. I mean, I haven't seen a Christmas present of you yet, Kim.
I know. Right? We have time.
Kim and I would each like our own hog.
Yeah.
And we're
I
gonna
do not want me writing on them.
Kim and I be badass, and we're gonna do a promo shoot. And
Okay.
as long as you're here, because you're the marketing guy, check this out. Okay, wait here, right here.
No, I do not think I would trust myself with those, but that is beautiful. I love your view. That looks
So
cool.
Mercury Metal is our client, and look what they made me. They took my
nice.
logo and they
Oh,
made
that's
it
cool.
into
Wow.
little trees.
Yeah.
See that? Isn't that
Oh my
cool?
gosh.
Very
That's
nice.
really nice.
I mean, it's really thick metal. So I'm taking that to Montana with me. And then I said, you guys, now I need one with Montana, the state of Montana, with my head in it too. And she goes, it's already in the planning phase.
Nice.
Isn't that so cool though? I mean, there's so
Yeah.
many people. You guys should talk to them for a Harley thing. You could get a really cool Harley metal. That would be
Yeah.
so rad.
Yeah, I'll get the information from you guys, and we'll see if we'll run it by the higher management, the powers that be, if you will. Yeah, yeah. I just have ideas that get shot down, but no, I get quite a few good ideas every now and again.
I love it. And someone said that they have the little dogs in their vests when they ride, so we'll think of the dog thing too. Super cute.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Yeah,
for
we'd love
joining
to-
us.
we'd love to have you come down. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I was saying you have to ride home in the dark tonight, right?
Yeah, and in the dark and cold, but
Okay, be careful.
thank you. We'd love to have you come down and do a live stream from here one time too.
We'll get
Yeah.
Kim down there. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love that. And make her get on when it's already up. And I want her in the whole black leather thing.
Oh yeah,
you know?
we got motor clothes, we got motorcycles, we got guys that'll take you for a ride. Definitely.
Badass
Oh,
Kim
Oh,
Stark.
great. Oh, Rick has so many great ideas. Okay, enough of that.
Thanks,
Thanks
Randy.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Kim, you
Oh
don't
my
think
gosh.
that's a good idea?
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I am so scared of, I mean, you know me. How many times have I wrecked on my bike, let alone a Harley? Holy moly.
Yeah,
See if
well,
they-
we'll talk to Bob.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Kim, so you and I aren't off next week, so I'll see you next week
Okay.
on Tuesday, and we'll tape up the stuff for we're just doing Tuesday, I think. Well, you and I'll talk about it. But
Okay,
thanks
we'll
for
talk
being
about that. And we'll get video this weekend on the train and have some fun stuff. So
Okay, all right, okay. Thanks, Kim.
Bye.
All right, you guys. So yeah, Kim's going up and going to go on a train. She's going to bring some video back with the kids on the train and stuff. So God, that was a packed show, wasn't it tonight? I got one more thing I want to leave with you, and then I'll leave you alone. So be sure and share this on your page. Thank our sponsors: Priority One Heating and Air Conditioning, Chris Dental, Family Dentistry, Any Lab Test Now Eugene, and Alvord Taylor. Working with people with different abilities, and we just love all what they do. I was thinking about, somebody wrote something on my page this morning on a blog that I wrote. And if you guys aren't on my page regularly, go on there. I usually write something every morning that's really fun for people, I think, and they get a real kick out of it. Usually they're kind of deep thoughts most of the time. But this morning, somebody else put something back to me. She gave back to me what I gave to her, and this is what I came up with. So have a good night. I'm going to leave you with this, and then we'll get out of the show. All right, have a good night. So I wrote a blog this morning about how sometimes your curse becomes your gift. And I have found in my life that the thing people make fun of me for, or dislike me for, or try to get me to stop doing is actually my gift. And I think the world sometimes comes against you to try to stop you from being the person you're really supposed to be. And we listen to that. So then Annette Truckee, one of my persons on here, wrote something that I cannot get out of my head. It's just stuck in my head. And I think this is profound. It's what would happen if every day we woke up and we said, how willing am I to be misunderstood?
How willing am I to be misunderstood? Because I don't know about you, I know there's some people that don't care, but I think for me, my whole life I've been misunderstood. And as I've gotten older, I just don't give a shit anymore. But when I was younger, it was a big deal. And then I think sometimes, so if I speak out on COVID or if I speak out on masks or something like that, what stops me from doing that? It's basically because I'm afraid people will misunderstand what I say. But what if I don't care? What if I just feel like I need to say this? It's what I believe. It's what my research tells me. And I'm free to do that. If you live your life, if I live my life that way, really, really understanding that I don't have to be understood and I can and will be misunderstood, all of a sudden, I'm free. And I think people ask me, what's happened to you? And I think that's what's happened to me. I have finally, in my 60s, learned that I just don't care if I'm misunderstood. God, that's a great place to be. So remember that. And thank you, Annette Truckee. I appreciate your wisdom this morning. You just changed my world.